Hey guys, welcome back. It seems like it's been a long time since I've recorded a video, so I might be a little bit rusty, but let's get into it. Today I'm talking about the Essie Rocky Rose collection. So they came out with the geodes, the Sunrush metals, and then this Rocky Rose collection. And this Rocky Rose collection is the one that I'm super excited about. It's all about earthy tones, and I love each and every one of them, and I'm so excited to talk to you about it. I think I did get all the Sunrush metals. I'll probably just have swatches of those. I don't think I'll do a full video on it. And then I think I got 3 of the geodes, and I'll be sharing those with you guys on Instagram as well, so look forward to those. But today I'm just going to be talking about the Rocky Rose collection. Again, the new brush is amazing. All these polishes have really amazing formulas. They are all a bit slightly curly, which makes them super shiny. With this brush, they just all go on so good. I'll probably talk about that throughout, but I just wanted to mention that beforehand because wow, the formulas are all fantastic. So I usually start off with the softer shades and then move on to the darker ones. The first one I have is Come Out to Clay, and it's this beautiful beige polish. It's a peachy toned beige, which are my favorite for these nude polishes. It has a really good formula. I thought it would be exactly like other polishes that I had before, but I really couldn't pin down one that was exactly the same. Some of the other Essie peaches I had were a little bit brighter, and I will have comparisons of all these polishes here so you guys can see that. It's not anything super new, but I love this shade, and let's get into the comparisons. And the next one I have is Into the A-Bliss, and it's this beautiful nude polish. It's got a nice brown base, but it also has a touch of peach and a touch of pink. I don't know how to quite explain it. It's pretty similar to Rice Rice Baby from the Tokyo collection that OPI recently came out with, and I love that color quite a bit. So they're pretty much exactly the same. I think one's maybe a little bit darker than the other, but you can't really tell. So if you have that one, you might not need this one, but the formula on this is so good, you guys. The one time I swatched it, I got it in 1, and the next time I got it in 2 coats, so it just depends on how thick you're doing your coats. But this formula is fantastic, and this brush is so good. So even if you have Rice Rice Baby, you might want this one too. It's so good, and I would say get the complete collection because it's just that good, you guys. And let's get into the comparisons. The next one I have is Around the Bend, and it's one of my favorites. It's this nice peach color, and it's slightly coral. It was tricky for me to find anything exactly like this, which obviously I love about it. There probably is something out there, but in my collection I didn't have anything that was like exactly the same. I had some Essies that came kind of close, and I'll show those coming up next. But I love this one so much, you guys. And I think all of these polishes are going to be so great as we're transitioning into fall. They're just the perfect earthy shades. And then I think even going into fall, this collection is going to be fantastic. So this is definitely one to pick up if you're not going to get the whole collection. And let's get into some comparisons. This next one is set in Sandstone, and it's a beautiful peachy nude. Again, it is a little more beige, a little bit grayed out. Quite unique. I didn't really have anything like this in my collection. I had some that came kind of close, but nothing exactly the same as this, and especially nothing as far as Essie goes. This one is slightly curly too, just really beautiful and fun for this time of year. And Essie is just really killing it with these earth tones because I think that's just really on trend right now, and so they really know what's up. And let's get into some comparisons. Okay, so those 4 were the more kind of nude, softer shades, and then I'm going to talk about this one bright shade in the collection. It's called No Shade Here, and it's this nice bright pink. It's a good balance between warm and cool tones. All the polishes that I compared to it were either warmer or cooler, so I thought that it really had a good balance. The formula on this is so good, you guys. It's a little bit curly. With the brush, it just goes on so nicely. I didn't have to do any cleanup around my cuticles. It's just so good. It is pretty close to Bride's No Grooms, but this one's a little bit warmer than that one, and the formulas are quite different. That Bride's No Grooms is a little more curly than this one is, and I would say they're a little bit different. I love Bride's No Grooms. That's one of my favorite Essie polishes. And then I compared it to Cute as a Button, which it also reminded me of, and that one is a little bit more warm than this one. That one's actually more of a coral than a pink, but they're still kind of close. Someone asked me to compare this one to Watermelon, and that one is quite deep, and I actually had to go pick that one up at the store because I don't own Watermelon. It was the first time that I purchased it, and I'm actually kind of excited to try it this summer, but it's not like this one. It's a little bit deeper, so I'll have those comparisons pics for you guys coming up here in a second. And this one is so good. I just want to wear it right now. Maybe this is what I will put on my toes next. And let's get into the comparisons. Okay, now we're getting into the brown and red tones next, which are the more fall appropriate colors, and I love them. I'm so excited to talk about them. This is Cliffhanger. This is a nice muted brown. It is a nude, so at least for me right now, I kind of have a deep tan right now, and so on me it's a nude. I think I'll like it better in the winter when I don't have a tan. There's a little bit more contrast. It is a nice color. Essie doesn't have a color exactly like this, and I think it's a good addition to my Essie collection. It probably is, to me, the most boring shade in the collection, but I love this collection as a whole, so I wouldn't take it out because it's a part of it. But let's get into the comparisons for this one. Next I have Rocky Rose, and this is the namesake of the collection. It's this nice terracotta brown orange. It's a good balance of brown and orange and red. It's a little bit muted too, so it's not going to be your bright terracotta. And it's beautiful. It's a perfect earthy tone. Essie doesn't have colors exactly like this in their collection. OPI does though. This is pretty close to Yank My Doodle. I think this one's a little dustier than that one, but they're pretty close. I'm just glad that Essie has a color like this in their collection. Let's get into comparisons. The next one I have is Yes I Canyon, and it's this brighter terracotta. It has more orange in it too. So I did do these colors together on the comparison because they are pretty close. One's a little bit brighter and one's a little bit more muted. It's pretty much a one coater. I would probably do two, but you can get it opaque in one coat, and it's so good, you guys. This is such a good earthy tone. And Essie definitely knows what they're doing with these earthy tones because I think they're really on trend right now. And let's get into comparisons for this one. This one I'm probably most excited about just because I've been craving these dark colors lately, and this is called Bed Rock and Roll, and I think this is the color that I'm going to be wearing all fall, and I think this is the one that's going to go pretty quickly just because it's quite unique. Essie doesn't have a color like this in their collection. OPI, like I said, has more shades like this. I think it was pretty close to Como Se Llama. I don't know if you remember that from last fall collection that OPI came out with, but it was one of my favorites that I picked for my nail art design series. And this one's a little bit dustier. That one's a little more rich. So they are different, although in the bottle they looked almost exactly the same. And I'm so glad Essie has a color like this in their collection now. You need to pick this one up. And let's get into comparisons. Okay, here's that time where I pick my favorites. I hate to say it, I love this collection as a whole, but I'm really not just gonna say the whole collection this time. I'm really gonna think about which ones are my favorite. So these are my favorites, although I really could say all of them because they're all just so pretty. So I'm got here Bed Rock and Roll, Rocky Rose, Around the Bend, No Shade Here, and Into the A-Bliss. And they're all just so pretty. I think I'm gonna try, if I have time during this crazy summer with all this family stuff and kids stuff I have going on, to do a nail art design using all of them just because I think they look so good together. I don't know if I can get all of them, but I'll try to include a lot of them. It's kind of interesting, this one is a little bit different thrown in there than all these other ones, but I'm glad that it's there. I really like that one quite a bit. So which ones were your favorites? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. Soon I will have the OPI collection coming up, the new fall one, the Scotland collection. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you're having a good day. Bye.